Hello everybody, welcome back to K2SE. It's fantastic, Mr. Ghost. Yes, Factorio 2 space exploration. Doing a lot of vanilla though. You know, I had a comment on a video about I feel like I'm doing more on the planet than I am anywhere else. It changes. It just takes a while. Because in order to launch rockets, you need the vanilla E components: copper, iron, steel, low density structures, which is plastic included in the steel and the copper, and then you've got green circuits, red circuits, all, there's a lot of vanilla, and I'm trying to cut a lot of that out because I know a lot of players out there have seen it already. This is one example here. We've got uranium processing, and I'm just gonna dump it into a case. I'm looking for that uranium ammo, and I wanted to do a quick bumper to a speed up video here. We're gonna do some other work. I'm gonna include some of the stuff I'm doing here, but we'll go over it. All right, so I just gotta call this train here. Yeah, I like to, when I do a lot of off-screen work, I have to go over it because I gotta keep the series linear so you guys don't go, what the heck just happened? Right, so I gotta do a train limit of 1 on that. This is going to be sulfuric acid for our uranium processing. There we go. 25,000. So we got a 5,000, buffer there. And as you know, when you get to close to uranium, we take damage. That's a Factorio 2 thing. From what I understand, we can turn that off via console commands. I might do that because it is annoying. I don't see any purpose of gameplay there. It's just, I don't know. I don't care for it. I think it's silly, to be honest. But, so this is just a basic, side loading the ores on here. I might do a splitter here, 2 splitters, and combine it if this needs to be beefed up. Speaking of beefed up, we can only put speed in here. But what I mainly, this is just set it, forget it, come here, grab the crap, make my uranium ammo, done. Because I am expanding the rail. We are getting ready for the vanilla ramp up so that I can start to launch more rockets, because we're in that phase right now where rocket launching is going to be a big deal. Look at all this damn water over here. Oh my god. It's kind of hard to tell, but yeah. This is alien biomes, folks, which is why I have this. I added another yard. There it is. And yeah, these are 111 trains. They're all cargo, which is the next project. Another project getting ready for, which is circuits, red, green, blue. We're gonna need all 3 on trains and be able to fly around. And I'll be doing some outposting. Ooh, I could tap this oil right here, crude oil. I'll need more oil because right now it's gonna get crazy. So how we doing here? Hey, there we go. We got it. It happened so quick. So it looks like I've got more mining than I need here. So that's good. I can add more of these centrifuges. Oh yeah. Please tell me. Oh, it is. So okay, enough. What I'll have to do is I'm probably gonna burn up the iron ore and stone because I don't really care for it, but that just depends on how many I get here. So what I'm gonna have to do here is set up a assembling machine, and that is gonna have to be, I think, uranium. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I could do this one. Oh, and once you know it takes the regular ammo, the anti-material rifle, so it doesn't take the armor piercing. So the anti-material is going to help wipe out because I just pick them off from the distance. So if I do that one, and then all I gotta do, maybe make a assembly machine here. If anything, I can just bring in a train with the okay, this copper iron. I have all this, so yeah, I could do it. I can do this on site here, but yeah, because it's going to be a lot easier to do that on site. So I'll go ahead and do that and that, and then whatever. So I'll take care of that. Oh wait, I'll probably be I could probably bring a train in here and dump off all 3 in one case. I could do 2 cases maybe, because of this stuff. Oh, I got the 111 trains now. Those actually can be used to pick up material. However, I don't... Oh, boy. I might have to make an additional stop. So I'll show you what I've got on that front there. But let's do this for now. And this, you know, mainly what this is going to be... I want to bring this to a hub eventually, you know? But, well, I'll have to see how I'm going to do that. All right, how is this? Did they grab... Oh, I got to put inserter here. Oh, what do we got? Crude oil. Okay, yeah, that's fine. There's 60 already. How many does this make? 1, 3 to 1. Oh, my God, jerks. So, anyway. Oh, and then another thing, too. We'll be able to get potentially the U-235 out of here. And that's important because I can potentially... Well, I can't depend on having this fuel. We need the Coverx process in order to recycle that fuel. And that brings me to my other dilemma. I was going to work on the utility science, like I said. The problem is that... What's this stuff? Advanced fuel. Oh, I want it. What does this do? 125. Oh, cool. Oh, it's using immersite and fuel. Cool. I wanted to work on the utility science to make it easier on me so I can do a hub. And that's a lot of work behind it, obviously. But then we have the Coverx process. And we need the production for that. And this one is going to allow me to power this base here very easily. Oh, wow, looks it's 3 to 30 for 31. That's an interesting... I think it's different. 3, 30, 31. That's, I think they... Oh, and it's a radiation facility. I think that ratio changed. But, yeah, so that's the goal there. So, in the meantime, this will get chewed up with ammo until I wait for that build-up. What's going on? Okay, I might have to speed these up. But that's okay. All right, let's get out of here. I'll show you the next projects, which I'm thinking of speeding up the video. We'll do my speed up stuff. I like to do that because I can cram more into an episode and the series remains relevant and in sync. All right, now here oh my God, I had a meteor hit in space twice. Piss me off. And that's another reason why I need to get that meteor defense. So I had this case get taken out, and then this one. So all this stone water barrels, and the rocket fuel, which isn't too bad. But this case got taken out, which is the electric motors and the processing units literally got taken out. So now I have this here. And I filled it up. I got 36 meteor defenses in here. So hopefully I can get that taken care of. And then I added more solar because of that thing here. So right now we have 64 megawatts. And this one, it says, well, it's not max. Minimum is 2, or max is 500 minimum. So 2 megawatts. And it fires, that's, if you want fast charging, you need to do the gigawatt one. So it's 2 and 500 based on the mode that I have it set to right now. Anyway, so I've got some wonderful tiles here, and I'm trying to get this to where I can do the space platforms, or space platforms. I'm trying to get the space platforms going, and then I can take these anywhere. And now I've got the bots that I found in the spaceship, which, by the way, this got a little bit damaged when that meteor hit. Pissed me off. It also took out some of the tiles, too, which is kind of interesting. Wow, that's loud. I don't know why that's so loud. So there you go. I went all the way over, and I put roboports in a radar so I could see. So we're looking at, moving along here. This has got a roboport connection. That's good to know. So what I'm doing is I'm building this up here. And I noticed that the bots, they will come along and try to place a tile, it's overlapping. They'll come here, they'll try to place it. It gives you the sound like that, and then but they take off with the tile back to storage, which I thought was kind of interesting because they can't place on already tiled surfaces. And over here, if you have bots and you do, like, if I cover this area, they won't cover the asteroid itself, or whatever you want to call this thing that we're camping out on here, that we're building on. So that's a good thing, because it used to be you could cover the asteroid. It would actually absorb it, or whatever you want to call it. It would, the space platform would cover it. But we will eventually get this walking tile here, which I want eventually. How we got doing here? Got plenty. Yeah, I got lots. So that is what I'm going to work on. That's what I'm working on slowly but surely. And so this rocket's sending up to the, to do the tile. It's whatever. There was something very interesting. Oh, I turned that off. I don't know if it was here. Yeah, weapons cache. So I clicked on that, and now it's bringing me here. But for some reason, I don't know why, but it still brings me here, and I forgot about that. Well, it was right here. I'm like, oh, cool, let me check this out. I have a new gun. And it's in the inventory. It's called a rail gun. Range 100. And then the ammo is 1,000 plus 800 physical. I'm like, what? I found a rail gun. Holy crap. So I tried it out, and it goes right through big, huge things of biters and even worms. It just takes everything out in its path. I was like, cool. So I'm going to use that to clear some biters out. Might as well, Here we go. The ramp up has begun, folks. So I'm going to be, I'm protecting my solar now. There's a little gap here. I guess I'm okay with that. Because if a meteor hits, it could hit in here. So I might, well, this is 4 across, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's 3 across. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, what I'm doing is I got it 4 by 4 here. So this is 8 across. It's 8 vertical here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think. Maybe not. I don't know. I have to count them. Yeah, because each square is a block. I need 4 of these to have balanced solar. So anyway, I'm expanding this, or I expanded this again, and I'm protecting it. So that's for this. And we need sulfur and plastic. Oh, and bricks. So the bricks are going to be done off-site now, and that's a part of that project, part of the project today. So then there's heat shielding, and this is 1 heat shield a second. So 7, we got 8. I might expand this, I don't know. This is why we need the stone bricks, because we need the stone tablets for that, whole process here. This will be done locally, so it's like 2 to 8, it looks like. So I could do 4 with 1 stone brick in the center. So you surround to put 4 machines down and 1 stone brick in the center, and then you just go right down into them. So I might want to do more. I'll see. I can always expand this. I'm not too worried about it. But it's 60 a minute isn't too shabby. And then I got the RCU build here. Now this is just I'm mainly concerned about how many RCU machines I'm going to need, and that's a lot of power, 41 megawatts or megajoules. And so we need batteries, glass, and the red circuits. So what I'm doing is I'm breaking it out to see how much I need just to run this. And then of course we're going to need red circuits for other things, and green circuits for other things. So this is just a general idea of what I'm going to need, but I'm going to be doing a glass build, probably a silicon build. I'm going to combine the quartz with silicon. Most likely in this particular thing, if I need quartz separately, I'll just make it, make an outpost of it, or I'll just do it locally for anything that I need it extra for. So I think we need the quartz for the solar panels. Or it's the silicon. If it's the silicon, I'll just do a silicon build with quartz inside it. And I always put the mining in so I know how much mining I might need. So that is an RCU build, 24. And then we've got we'll do 16 battery machines. We've got the copper iron. We'll have glass. I'll do the glass. That glass is here. So it's only 5. I'm planning on doing more because we need it for other, for building and whatnot. So I'm going to do more of that. I'm not going to do the RCU on probably in this episode, but I'll try to work it in. If anything, I just want to get it built. So what I do is I'll build it near the starter base here, so I can go back and forth, get materials and crap, modules and whatnot, and then I'll build it, get it all squared away, and then I plop it down, bring the rail in, done deal. So this is 20 refineries here, and I've got the heavy oil cracking, which is 5. And that's off to the side here, and I'm piping it straight on down into the light oil here. So I got the light oil cracking, 2 rows, almost. So I did some piping over here. It's kind of a pain piping in this game. So this is the light oil coming back around to connect here, and then the light oil makes a join there. So if you look at, this is, I think, sulfur. And what I do is I look at how much is required. So you see how we got the little pipe here in Helmod. Very helpful, by the way, because you don't get yourself into troubles, and you can plan based on what you need. So I'm going for 1 red belt. I'm not doing blue belt builds yet because we don't have the modules to support it in the beacons. So if you go beacon builds with modules, yeah, your power goes up, but your footprint shrinks, and you can get more on you could actually support a blue belt easier that way. But right now I'm just going to stick with red belt. We're in the red belt era still, in my opinion, from what I'm seeing here. But the blue belt is helpful. I use that for loading and unloading ores and plates, so the train isn't sitting there for, a long time. So you can see that the piping here is well under a pipe. And then I put the oil in this one here. So it's for 5 pump jacks. So I'm going to have to do another oil build because of this one requires another 3. So that's 7 pump jacks there. And I'm going to change my loading strategy for oil. I'm going to have multiple loaders, but I'm going to prioritize as the oil fills up. What I want to do is have 3 loaders. Even though I might not be able to support it, I want to be able to have, for surges, I want to be able to handle a surge of oil need, even though I can't handle it. And then when production becomes more consistent, then you got to start rethinking it and adding more outposting for oil, for ores and oils and things like that, and fluids. So for now, I'm just going to, it's going to be a shock absorber type loading situation. And I'll try to remember to showcase that and how it's going to work. Oh, okay. Now, yeah, so everything is well under a pipe. And that's what I want. So coal here, oil, and that's about it. I think that's it. And then I'm going for a red belt of stone bricks here. And then I went over the heat shielding. Sulfur is a belt. Plastic is a belt of red belt. The RCUs I set for the same as the heat shielding. It's really tough because these are 30-second crafts, and they're very hungry for materials. So, and then here's the battery build. That one is, yeah, a little bit. So I'm gonna do the batteries within, this build. I don't want to build the batteries and then bring them here. If I need batteries out for specifically only batteries, that'll be a separate build. I want to keep everything kind of contained into this thing, so I don't have to worry about it. And then I can grab this build and I can copy paste it now. So as you notice, I don't use blueprints, but when I build it on a series, or like this particular gameplay here, I will reuse blueprints as necessary, but I don't like to do that because I might want to change a design. So, and I really like, I think it keeps you sharp when you rebuild stuff. you might build it differently, and you're like, oh, I like that. You know, ooh, I didn't think about that. So right now, this is pretty clean. I like how it looks. It's pretty square feeling there, you know. This is the plastic one, and this is coal here. This is the plastic here. I'll switch the belts based on where I build it. So it's the same thing, basically, but it's a smaller oil build, cracking and all that. So this is the heavy oil to light oil, and I'm jogging over here and combining the light oil with the stuff here. And then it's all this cracking from light to gas. And here's the gasoline line, and it's all connected in. And since it's a full belt of red, you do have to side load, because this is a half belt, and this is the other half of the belt. Same thing for the sulfur. This is a half belt, and this is the other side of the belt there. So you gotta do a side load. The other way would be to use the mini loaders or loaders and a splitter. So you'd have to come in. It's expensive to do this, and it's more space. So I have to come out of the machine, and then you know, each machine would have a loader coming out and joining. And then to keep crap off the end of the thing, I just put some random item in there to keep crap. Otherwise, you have to do that to clear it out, which I don't care to do, because that's a belt that's just sitting there doing nothing. So I figure stack inserters are cheaper than using the mini loader plus a splitter. So without further ado, let's get on this. I think that's about it that I have to cover. I had a little issue that I'll mention here with the steel. I had to add an oxygen atmospheric condenser here for oxygen. My steel ran out because wood wasn't running, because I didn't have oxygen for the biomass to make the fertilizer. So I hope this works. I might have to do a tank and a check valve to make sure that, yeah, see, I wish we had like 80% top-offs, because I'm afraid that this will get backed up with oxygen. See, there's some in there now, but it backed up on the hydrogen, and then the oxygen wasn't being produced, so the biomass stopped being made, which stopped the fertilizer from being made, and then the wood stopped being made, and so it's like down the chain here. So I had to debug that a little bit. I went into Helmod and looked at the steel here, and it doesn't tell me there's a deficiency in oxygen, but it does tell me that there might be a little deficiency. I think red is deficient and or overage. So I don't know what that, I'm not too sure what this is. You have to, I did look at the numbers, but this didn't bother me as much. The ammonia, so I don't know. I'm not too sure. But you have to look at the numbers and kind of, and then you go, okay, am I under based on what it's telling me, or am I over based on what it's telling me? So, all right, let's get the speed up video going. Oh, let me do this real quick. I've got this core thing here. Now, there is a diminishing returns on the core mining, so I don't want to cover these up. But what I'll have to do is I might put the stone somewhere. Maybe I could put the stone here, and then I could put the I could tap this stone right here. Maybe I could do it. I'll get rid of the stone patch right there. That might help, and it'll be you know, right in that area. But I did expand this area here specifically for the oil, because I'm thinking about doing the plastic and the sulfur here, and then whatever else over here. So, and then I got all this area here too. Oh, I didn't put a radar down there. All right, so let's get to work on the speed ups of this stuff. I would like to do some other stuff. Oh, God. What the hell? What the hell? Oh, I got I ran over some uranium there. Crap, where'd I pick that up from? It must have been a rock that fell, and I went over it. Oh my gosh. I see what I'm saying is it's just a pain in the ass. It doesn't add anything, it's just waste my time. I'm trying to do stuff. I'm more of a build, that's why I don't care about biters. Because I want to build, you know? Okay, so I gotta put a radar down here because I want to keep an eye on this thing. Oh, I need to get my stuff. Hey, look at that. We got 2. There we go. Radar. We'll put that down. Keep an eye on this stuff here. Maybe put it over here. There we go. Yeah, there's plenty of capacity here for this. But, you know, this is just meant to run and run and run forever and ever. Cool. All right, let's speed up the video and we'll get cracking. Okay, well, that was a lot of work. So I'm trying to, I have to calm down a little bit because I could keep going and going. But I basically crammed. I would say, oh man, there's a lot of hours in that. I picked up a rock and freaking uranium was in it. Trains are going nuts. I'm gonna have to add more trains. I don't have enough 141s, so that'll be another yard. And I don't know where I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do a 2-lane exit and then put another yard up here because throughput. You don't want to jam too many trains down a 1-laner. You know, you want to have a. Well, oh no. Well, yeah, probably would have to be a 2-lane with like an exchange or something. But most likely, maybe I'll add a yard over here. Well, this is in the way. I could add yards up on the corner. Like I want to do corner yards like this. because then, you know, I can go in and out, you know, like this, as that one is going there. So it seems to work. Right. So let's go over. I'm still having, I got to check my Planodon's map because I had a train. Again, I went into the mod settings and changed it to have the timeout infinite. Maybe I changed the wrong thing, but I have to compare what I have in my Planodon's playthrough to this one, the mod settings, because I had a steel train that took off, and it was, and these mini loaders drive me nuts. And I looked, you can, I just happened along when I was looking for LTN stuff, you can disable these mini loaders and use another mini loader mod. In fact, I do have the mini loader mod, and you can use circuit network wire on those because they're reskinned inserters, whereas these are, I guess, not. And I'm not really a fan of I like them. I mean, they work with trains, and that's what matters. But I'd have to, the problem is I can't use counters because LTN has the ability to, this little combinator here, it outputs a positive value of what the train is bringing, or what the train is requesting, or, you know, coming to pick up maybe is a better term. And then you can use that with a decider and negate the signal against what the train has loaded against, and the train information here. This is not hooked up. Oh, I'd have to get one. Well, anyway, the LTN, when it hooks up to a wire there, you have a train contents. So you use that information to subtract from the, well, you take the combinator, you negate the signal, you take the train contents, which is a positive, and you add them up with at the output of the arithmetic combinator that's doing the math. And then you hook up the output as well to mini loaders or inserters in this case. I could use inserters, but they're very slow, you know, and this is much more cleaner. I like the way mini loaders are. But yeah, you can't hook a wire up to these because they're not considered inserters, whereas the mini loader mod is. Now, if I were to switch over to that mod, that means all these mini loaders would disappear, and I'd have to go through the entire base and find them. So that might be a project I have to, if I don't do it now, it's going to be a pain to do it later. Now, there is a way I think I can hook to the belt, and then the belt will stop. So I think that's what I'm going to have to do, is use the belt as an inserter and go, you know, basically, I don't know. Well, you can't set filters on a belt. That's the problem, is you use the set filter feature on the mini loader or an inserter. So yeah, I like mini loaders a lot. So let's go over this stuff. Oh my god, so crazy. There's the sulfur build. What I'm gonna have to do with this is I might have to go with 141 oil trains for going forward. And that way I can get more oil trucking around, which means a lot more oil outposts. But, you know, I'm not really worried about it right now. I just want things to work so I can get material. Production is not an importance right now. It's getting things up and running. So this thing can slurp some gasoline or oil. I knew that was going to happen. And I intentionally put the stops like this, where, oh gosh, this darkness. I have well, I do have the After Dark mod here, or Afraid of the Dark mod. So let's go up there. We'll look at it. All right, now we can see. So yeah, I can extend this out and put an unloader for all the oil and just tie it all in, you know. And each wagon is 25,000, so 2 tanks is well enough. And then I can do a 2 train. You know, if I need to, I could do 2 trains with the 111. But you might as well, at that point, you might as well just go with a 141 oil, you know, crude oil. And let's see here. This has got 12,000 in there. I just let it run. I don't care. Here's the stone brick one. I screwed up, and I looked at Helmod. Sometimes you forget, but this is over 1 belt of stone. I think it's like 1, almost 2. So I had to reconfigure the stone lines and stuff. And I have the stop here because this will eventually run out, and then the train will kick on. So, I can just let this go and not have to worry about it, which is good. I love this jetpack. 16,000 stone bricks, baby. So that's all good to go. And then as soon as this is bind out, then I can tap on that one if I need to. And I think, we're down this way now. All right, the plastiques. There it is. Again, I can extend this to a 141 oil train if I need to. This thing's working great. I had a couple connections I missed. I just forgot to connect them. I don't know if I did this one off screen or while I was, I'll cut stuff out that's kind of silly. I had a little bit of water over here. Check it out. So I used it. We'll just fill it in there. That way it's not going to cause a problem there. All these little bits of water, my God. Look, there's another one right there. Oh, it drives me nuts. So off screen, I'm going to be doing a lot of outposting. There's no reason to do that on screen. And here is, I kind of rebuilt. I did this off screen, and then I just punched it down and fed it with trains so you guys can see. This is the low density structure one. And here is where LTN kind of shines here. And that is, well, it's a great feature that they've added because it makes LTN that much more better to use as a train controller mod. I have limited the trains here, as I think I talked about this earlier. The train length now minimum is 6. So that means now a 111 train can unload here without a problem. So in Pynodons, you got to be careful with that. In this mod, you don't. Now, the reason for Pynodons is because there might be an ash content, or you have ash and empty fuel canisters eventually, and all the trains eject a spent fuel product. It's ash for carbon-based, and then fuel tanks, little canisters, and then eventually you get used up uranium stuff, I would imagine. But anyway, so there we go. We got this is the 111 train here, and I set this to 6. Oh, I gotta set that to 1. I don't know how I forgot that. This threshold here is another mod setting. You can make that really high so that if you hook a wire up accidentally before you set your requests, it won't send a train right away. So you want to have your provide threshold like 10 million or something like that, because there's no way you're gonna have 10 million of something, that's the theory at least. So yeah, so limit trains 1, and this is a 141 for a total of 6, and then the threshold and all that output signal there. Oh, and then so I gotta hook this up. Let's do that right now. Okay, there's the low density structures. This is a 111 train for a total of 3. We want 1. And the provide threshold is going to be 2,000. I wasn't sure what it was going to be. That's probably why I didn't do all this. Okay. I have the disable warning thing on, but I'm still getting warnings. That's the provider. I'm using the default -1 if you haven't noticed that. And the output is on. Usually, I think these all default to on. And what the mod dev has done is, I think they've done something different. They've mucked around with it a little bit. They've changed a couple things since I started using it. All right, heat shielding still going. Holy crap. Oh, that stacks to 50. So, and then let me go over this one thing. I had a little, I looked at Helmod again, and I'm like, oh, crap. When I put this together, I forget sometimes to look at Helmod a lot more than I'd like to admit. And I have to use blue belt here on the inputs or outputs here. So I need to get the material here quick. So that's 45 divided by 2 here, or out at the splitter here. So we're at, what, 22.5? I need just over a half red belt of copper. So the issue is I need steel, copper, and plastic. Plastic, I need just over a half belt as well. So I went with a full belt of plastic, looped it around. And then I had to do a half belt of blue express or fast here, not the express. That's fast. Oh wait, no, express and fast. Yeah. So this is the plastic is red belt because it's fine. Because I need just over a half. But the copper I need just over a half belt of copper. So the blue belt is will suffice on that. So it works out pretty fine. The only issue is getting the material here and having enough of it. So then we've got the heat shielding here. So right now that's gonna be 2,000. I think I'm gonna go 2K on that. I didn't know it's stacked to that amount there, so that should be good. 111 train. I'm not trying to, break any speed records or anything like that, but I just want this stuff available. I can probably expand this out and get more, and then I'll maybe do 4,000 or something like that. But I'm trying to get away from the starter base. That's the whole point of this. And I think that is all that I wanted to discuss, because it's, I do the speed up videos, so, if people want to slow it down and watch it in normal speed, they can. Or if you just want to, watch along and, and see all the stuff there in fast speed. I added more solar over here, and I did fix it. Oh my gosh, I got this one little area that's not covered, but I'm not going to worry about it. So ideally, the solar is 4 across, and then I'll get full coverage. And I got my little speaker here to tell me if the meteors have eliminated, or if the case is empty. Then I run over there and I'll take care of it. Oh, I also did a little more coverage here as well. I had a meteor hit this, my first, my sulfuric acid build. It hit here. I wasn't sure where, because once it hit, I didn't, this went away here. I was like, crap, I didn't have a notification, so I didn't know where it was. I saw it when I was editing the other parts. And I was like, where the hell is it? Oh, no. I didn't even see it because I was, busy. Let's see, over here, I added a blue belt, kind of a bootstrap blue belt thing here, requesting steel. And I'll just come along here and chuck some red belt in. But I can do a requester here because I found the requesters in the buffer chests in space, So it's kind of cool. But yeah, I want to have blue belt available so I can craft, the loaders and all that. And then down here, I did add this, and I have the this here. I could probably just belt this right on in from here. So I think I will do that. But I just had the blueprint. I just slap it down, and be done with it. So I've got that protection there, and I put one over here. So this is I guess this is the best way to do it until I can get the planetary defense unlocked, So that is it. Next episode, the plan is, which is always subject to change, but right now what I'm looking at is green, red, and blue circuits. We're going to get those done. I'll get the builds squared away so we can just kind of hook them up. And, like I said, I want to keep the series flowing here. I don't want to do the whole, train base and then go, hey, here it is. I'd like to include everything and speed it up so we can get more into every episode. So I hope you'll enjoy that. I hope that's something that you, Factorio's kind of like been out for a long time. We all know what it's about, but there's always that it's a series, and I want to make sure it's, including everything that I could do. And things I do off screen, I will go, I do go over so you guys can keep up with that. So I think I'm going to be tapping this oil here, and I'm going to tap a couple oil, and I might update like I said, the oil to have a 141 train for fluids. That way I can get higher throughput on the crude oil, and I'll have to go and selectively choose, whatever ones. Oh, another thing I did, which I should mention here, is on the loaders, I don't have a train length limit. And so then I can send a 111 train here for smaller quantities of items. So if I wanted to pick up an iron, and then I'm doing that in the base here. I was testing it out. Let's go over there, actually. I'm testing it out, and it worked. because I was making solar and it eats all the steel. A lot of steel here. So right here, I've got the 111 train coming in, and I set this to 3,000, 4,000. So it calls it when it hits 1,000 steel in the case here, which will be pretty soon. And I can pull these out and put these in and see how it's facing the wrong way. Oh my God, that is so damn annoying. Okay, that's oil there. So we'll pull these out. There we go. I can speed it up by doing this. There we go. Now that went in right. So that's kind of how, that's fast unloading there. Fastest we can do right now. Of course, there's better belt and stuff. You know, 90 items a second. So, but yeah, that's how I'm going to handle, you know, being able to load any size train. I can do 131s. It doesn't matter. I can, as long as it's, it can load 111, 121, 131, 141 on all of the resources that are being generated. And then I can decide how much do I want by controlling the combinator length, which is really nice. I like that a lot. It's going to add a lot of flexibility in for the playthrough here. And then the other detail is, like I said, using the arithmetic combinator and, you know, negating what's coming what's in the train, subtracting it from what it's requesting, and then shutting off inserters. Now, in this case here, I can't control this at all. So it's going to load and go. Now, we're dealing with more vanilla stuff, you know, more vanilla quantities, you know, massive amounts. But when you get into the smaller quantities with trains, and you want to shuttle just like 300 things over somewhere far away, yeah, the train, you need those mini loaders to be wired up. So anyway, we'll leave it there. And see you in the next episode. We'll take care of circuits and anything else I can squeeze in as well. It'd be kind of nice. And I do want to, trying to get this all done so I can get the spaceships being built, the parts, the spaceship parts. Before I end it here, let's take a look at that and review, because it's been a while here. Right here, this is what we got to do right here. This little sucker. So we've got this part. Now I want to work towards the rocket control unit, and then we can need the red circuit for that, and we need inserters, which is green circuit. Now, yeah, I'm not too sure. We have to do motors and things, all these little parts, you know, and we need it. Now, a lot of the stuff I could build on site here, you know, bring the raw materials in and build it. So I'll have to make a decision on how I'm going to do this, but we're going to work towards getting this part automated. And then, so we need that. Oh, and then there's I have to look around for some information on how to bring back the little space capsule, but we have to build that. And each rocket, we should be able to return, like we have to have like 2 in circulation. One comes back down while the other stays up or whatever. Or it, you know, yeah, so I'm gonna have to think about how that's gonna work. The spaceship thing, we might be able to fly it back up and down. I don't know. So the other thing is the liquid fuel. That's gonna be a big pain in my rear. So rockets, the capsule, rocket sections, and liquid fuel. We're working towards getting this to be automated, where we can feed the return parts back to this and relaunch. So eventually we get the research where we don't lose any parts and we don't crash at all as often. So that would be nice. And I think that's about it. Yeah, this is going to be a real bear. The amount of power that we're going to need, you know, just to do this stuff, because we need electrolyzers to, you know, for this. And yeah, it's going to be nuts. That's electrolyzers. The ammonia, that's an electrolyzer for the hydrogen. This one is, yeah, what do we got here? Light oil. So light oil is an option, but the problem is that in order to get light oil, is there a way to get light oil only? Yeah, I'm just checking here and seeing there is no way to specifically get light oil. You're always going to get some other component, and the problem is gasoline. And you don't want to vent gasoline, you want to use it. So everything has a caveat. You know, power, or, you know, if you want to do the light oil one, you're going to have multiple products. You know, you're going to have the heavy, which you can correct the light, but then you're going to have gasoline coming out of your refineries, so you have to deal with the gasoline. You can make solid fuel out of gasoline, though. Here's a real interesting one. You could take gasoline, combine it with this vitamin lange stuff, processed fuel in a reagent, and you get crude oil and wood and coal back. That's pretty cool. Now, the one I'm curious about, now you got solid fuel, and, oh, we can send solid fuel. That's cool. Send solid fuel. We can make processed fuel. This is from gasoline. Well, we're not going to be... Yeah, speed modules is an option. Here's a fuel canister, but we need hydrogen for that, so that's kind of out. Yeah, we could avoid it. So, yeah, I mean, it's kind of tough to balance out across a huge network of stuff, or a network for that matter. So anyway, I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. We'll work on circuits. Peace out.